Hello! Do you know how to build a meaningful brand? So, this is the first of a series of videos that I'm going to talk about how to build a meaningful brand using the three words that I apply on my consultancy: motivation, meaning, and mindset. So let's get back a little bit and talk about branding. We can all agree that branding is something that every single brand out there must pay attention to. It's unavoidable to think about branding before you starting out your business, because this is how you're going to say to the world, yay, I'm here. Can you see me? I'm different because of this and that. Okay, so the problem with traditional branding techniques is that, in my opinion, they only look at the rational side of branding. So take, for example, brand pyramid, brand identity prism, or even the methods of using character building. What they do, they just list a bunch of words and just state that, oh, my brand is elegant, my brand is romantic, or my brand is for someone who enjoys adventure or is a jet setter. But they don't really address what are the emotions behind the brand, how they're going to engage with consumers on a deeper level. And today we can all agree everything is so different. The market is completely changed. The consumer is demanding more than ever. So how can we do the same old thing expecting different results? So let's all agree that branding is an emotional process. So we can apply rational tools to get a meaningful result, right? So here it comes. My first lesson in branding is you need to find the motivation behind yours. So how you do that? By addressing the emotions and the attitudes that you want to embed in your product, in your service. How do you want your consumer to feel? What's the main motivation that you're going to address to your consumer? So it's the motivation of stability, or maybe it's the motivation of independence, maybe the belonging, or maybe mastery. You're going to help your consumer achieve something. So once you have this motivation figured out, it's much easier to go to the next step, which is creating your brand meaning, the core purpose of your branding, the why of the branding. So at this stage, I work applying the concept of archetypes, which I'm going to talk about in another video. But just to give you an overview, archetypes is a term coined by the Swiss psychologist Carl Jung about a century ago to address those patterns that we have in our brains that reflect human experiences. So archetypes are timeless, are cross-cultural, and they are part of our collective unconscious. That's why they are so powerful. When we are exposed to those patterns, and they always unite an image with an emotion, we can relate and identify with that. So apply to branding, you're gonna see that the archetype can be like a compass to the brand. It can be the guide, the great guidance for the brand. So every action that the company is doing or planning to do must be related to that archetype. We usually work with 12 archetypes, and I'm also going to talk about each one of them in future videos, so stay tuned. But just to give a few examples, if your brand has the motivation of belonging, it means that you can work with 3 archetypes: the jester, the lover, or the every person. So if your brand is about getting the consumer to feel love, to feel like giving love or looking for love, then you can choose the lover archetype. And this meaning of finding love and being in a relationship, being amongst loved ones, it's going to be the blueprint for your brand. Okay, so finding the meaning is the second step. The third is developing the mindset, which is more or less the language of the brand, the codes, the vocabulary that you want to imprint in every single point of contact, meaning every tangible action, every tangible product that your brand is going to produce or make must be related to that core meaning. The mindset is all the tangible elements, physical or visual. So, for example, product range, color schemes, prints, packaging, logo, fonts, your tone of voice, the look of your website, even the feed for your social media. So everything that your consumer and everyone that's involved with your brand will be seeing or touching can be applied into the mindset of your branding. So once you have the 3 elements figured out, your motivation, your core meaning, and your mindset, you're gonna realize that everything is in sync and you are able to build a meaningful brand. Why meaningful? Because it is embedded in emotion, which means the motivation is very clear. You have the core meaning very clear, so the consumers will be ready to receive this message, and you have your mindset, all the tangible elements that are the translation of this meaning to show, so the consumers can touch, can feel what your brand stands for. Okay, so this is an overview of motivation, meaning and mindset, and also to talk about archetypes. If you want to learn more, please just follow the links over here, okay? And if you liked the video, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thank you.